Okay, great. So, hi everyone. Thank you for joining in today's session. This is the fourth OpenArt Studio webinar organized by the partners of the project PALkonnect, named Promotion, Communication and Networking of Artwork, presenting Mr. Robert Serban and Mrs. Anca Timis. Thank you for being here today.
Hello.
Thank you. Hello.
So first and foremost, I would like to provide you with some information about the project PALkonnect. So this project is engaging cultural, artistic and research organizations to stimulate European awareness and empower people of current and future generations to respect inclusion and diversity and to be successful innovators in their local environments. The aim of the project PALkonnect is to support artists from social inclusion groups to present and promote their artworks in post-COVID-19 circumstances and to inspire their cooperation within the European countries. Now, the aims of today's training are to equip the participants with information regarding their artworks promotion with the following specific topics: how to market and promote your art online, how to use social media effectively to promote your artwork, how to make connections with other artists, how to create and run your artistic blog, which is an effective online promotion tool, and how to practice calligraphy as a way to promote your art, and personalize your messages. Now, there are certain general rules about the whole implementation of these sessions. First and foremost, due to the project's requirements and always in accordance with the GDPR, with which you've agreed within your registration, we inform you that the cardinal trainings should be recorded. Therefore, if you don't wish to be recorded, you might as well turn off your cameras. And that applies also to some screenshots that we'll take later during the webinar for promotional purposes. Also, an attendance list will be shared with you now in the chat section to be filled by all participants, again due to the project's requirements. And lastly, an evaluation form will also be shared with you by the end of this session, also to be filled in by all of you, the participants, since it is important again for the project. So I just copied in the chat the attendance list. So please just click on this link, follow the link and fill in the attendance list. Now moving on. This is the attendance list that I just shared with you. And this is the evaluation form that you will be requested to fill by the end of this session. Now, some rules of communication. First, in case of questions, please first raise your hand. And then when you're given permission to speak, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Therefore, your microphone should be muted during the whole session unless you are asking questions. The meeting, as I said before, is being recorded, and you can see on top of your screen an automatic message that announces the recording of this meeting. We are going to ask you to open your camera, as I said before, to take some photos later. And please, again, fill the attendance list first and write your name and organization to appear correctly. Lastly, this is an indicative agenda of today's session, so we've already in the registration and introduction part, and we'll come to its end. Then we'll proceed with the part about the online promotion tools and methods. Then we're going to present you, the trainers are going to present you about the art blog, the most effective tool of promotion. Then we're going to have a conclusion of the first part, a short break for approximately 10 minutes. And then the last part will be a workshop about calligraphy to present you with information about how calligraphy can constitute a way of promotion of your artwork and personalization of your messages and how you can actually practice it. And by the end of the session, there will be a Q&A session, perhaps some conclusions, and you will be asked to fill in the evaluation form. So, any questions so far? I guess there aren't any. So, thank you very much for joining in today. That was all from me, and with no further ado, Mr. Robert and Mrs. Anca, the floor is all yours. I will stop sharing right now.
Thank you, Yorgos. Thank you for all complete information. We now we have only to present our module. So I start with some theoretical knowledge. After that, my colleague Anca will present you about Artiblog and calligraphy. So let's start. I think information who we will present will be useful in your future artistic career. So when I think at this module, I trying to document myself for support this presentation, and firstly ask myself what is an artist? Not just an artist by name, but an artist by his whole being. And I find that artist's position in society is often uncertain. According to specialists, in the past centuries, an artist was a poor and unfettered man, hard to understand by those around him, but always present at the events of rich people to charm them. Today's artist has adapted to society more or less. First of all, the role of an artist in a society is to inspire. A person that is talented in music, theater, or painting attracts the public attention through his ability to turn everyday life in something beautiful and inspiring. More practical people, or perhaps those with less vision, are looking for an artist when they feel the need to relax and feed their soul with something different, something that takes them out of their reality. But Yorgos, I think I don't see the PowerPoint, I think.
Yes, one moment and I will share it. Only a moment.
Okay. So I will continue with some information for about what is the artist. I think the artist's goal is to beautify a society whose interests are pragmatic and focused on money, workplace progress, and social standing. In a mixture of interest and small battles for social benefits, the artist is a beautiful character who lives for others and who benefits from giving joy to his fellow citizen. Today, we either want to accept this aspect of the artist or not. If we do, one of the places we can find the artist is online. To delve into the aspects of social networks of culture. Today, social networks play an extremely important role in our lives, and this is a reality of the times in which we live. Social involvement and everything related to human communication and interaction can be found in news, in articles, in blogs and vlogs. Social media has revolutionized the way the world works, whether the want whether we want to accept it or not. Whether you feel the need to share an option on a particular topic, see which videos have gone viral, look for inspiration from your favorite influencers, or simply chat with different people. Social media give you countless opportunities.
Is there any problem?
Okay. Yes, we need to start to present the PowerPoint now. Only I want to say that social media marketing is the perfect way to grow as an artist. Whether you are just starting out or already have a creation that you want to promote more. Before you start in use the social media, you need to consider a few essential steps that will surely ensure the success. So, how to market and promote your art online? First, the most powerful instrument is a blog. So you can start with a blog. There are many benefits in starting a blog. As an artist, it's a great way to promote your personal brand, to sell your art, and to offer customer service. There is no better place to connect with a potential customer than on your blog. There are many websites with information about art, pricing information, contact information, and maybe a cool video or two or many. But most likely, no one is visiting the website simply because they don't know it exists. The easier way for people to discover art website is to start a blog. In the second part of this training, Anca will offer a workshop whose main topics is the blog. Now, the second step, the second instrument, it's to join and to use social media. Sites like Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram are the fastest ways to build brand recognition for you and your art creation. A strong brand is invaluable and serves to communicate credibility to your prospective customers and peers and artist associates. Social media, it's not a fad. It's a fundamental shift in the way we communicate. Social media is changing the rule of the marketplace. Being an artist is a solitary occupation, but with social networking, you're not alone. You can get instant feedback or your latest painting, drive thousands of visitors to blog, ask for a critique on art, gain inspiration, or try selling your paint off Facebook. The opportunities are virtually endless. Another possibility to use is to create your own videos. Videos are another great way to sharing online content. You don't have to be the big expert to create an entertaining video that generates many views and increase traffic to blog or website. Video are also a nice break from the usual blog post. It's easy to upload a video to YouTube and then embed it on website. The site will benefit from all the traffic YouTube already gets. Make videos that are geared towards your audience. For example, if you are a watercolor painter, show others how to master a particular technique. Another Methods, it's to be guest and post on other blogs. Guest posting for other blogs, it's not only a great way to get more traffic to our website, but it also another way to introduce your artwork to new readers. Find artists with blogs and ask if you can write a guest post for them. Offer to share an inspiring story. How to demonstration or a helpful article. Guest post will include a brief description of who you are and a link back to your website or blog. Most blog owners are happy to take guest post because it increases the value of their blog. And by doing so, drive traffic back to your site where it can eventually lead to sale. This also adds to you credibility as an artist and an expert in your field. Another method is to join and participate on online forums. Join your favorite art-related forums and become an active member of their online community. There are tons of forums and Q&A sites. You just have to find the ones that line up with your expertise. This is another great way to prove yourself as an expert and once again drive traffic back to your website. People are always looking for answers online. Why not let it be you they trust? So move on. Another method, publish free ebooks. Publish free ebooks. It is another great marketing opportunity. By making your ebooks available for free, the number of people that will read them increase exponentially. Free books spread like wildfire online. Keep in mind, your goal here is to build awareness of your art creation, not to make money. Make sure to include your identity logo and information on the book to remind people where it comes from. Another method is to submit your blog's posts to article directories. Article directories are websites that allow people to submit their articles based on a specific niche for free. Just like the other methods explained above, submitting your post to article directories increase your credibility as an expert in the art community, and in turn will drive customers back to your website. Another method is to make connection on another art blogs. Commenting on other blogs with your own art or event blogs. Enjoy is another great way to build a network. Again, this will lead to more traffic on your own blog. When you make a comment on another blog, most likely you will get a reply, and eventually these grateful bloggers will visit your site and comment. Follow the top blogs and just make sure to leave an interesting comment that is worth reading and debating. Most often, you can add the links to your own site within the comment. One idea is to link back to a relevant post on your blog. This will help capture the attention for other readers and as well. Next, we will show you how to use social media effectively to promote artwork. The first step is to choosing the right platform. Each platform is so different from how you use it to when you are expected to post. It can feel like you need to master every single site. We think you don't have to do it all, depending on your art creation, your personality, and who you are trying to reach. Some social media channels are going to be better suited for you than others. It's not secret test day that social media makes art accessible to a wide audience. Instagram and Facebook allow you to show your work, your process, connect with fans, and express your identity as an artist. Plus, social media has drastically changed how artists, viewers, and buyers interact with each other and with art, and in the last decade. That it's important to do not spread yourself too thin when choosing your social media profiles. Question that are useful before going all in on any platform. So you first need to ask yourself what platform is the easiest for you to use. The second, which one do you enjoy using the most? Another one, which one includes your target audience? Which platform can you see yourself checking in with daily? Which platform will be able to actually use to be more productive or not productive? For some artists, that will be Instagram. For others, it will be Facebook. For others, will be TikTok. They are the big hitters at this point, and it doesn't seem like they are going away anytime soon. But once you have picked your poison, be honest with yourself about how much time you are spending on each platform. Social media can be a powerful tool for selling art and make connection, but can also easily slide into mindless scrolling that eats up to many productive hours without realizing it. About Instagram time limits. Instagram, it's a great tool for artists. It's way too easy to post image without actually doing something productive for your art creation. Instagram has acknowledged this behavior by implementing a way for you to manage your time and set daily reminders when you get close to that time limit. To set your time limit on Instagram, go to the top right hand menu of your account and then click your activity to view your daily time spent on Instagram and set limits and reminds for your usage. The second way to how to use social media effectively, it's defining a strategy and an authentic brand. When you are ready to turn on art into a profit, the same approach holds true for you. It does for any business. You need to develop a brand that will drive for your marketing plans. The way you talk about your artwork to an audience determines your success and maintaining a fan base and establishing new ones. Another way to promote your artwork is building a presence and growing audience. While the internet is filled with tips and tricks how to grow your followers, other are either geared towards already large accounts. We go over how to get started and build a largely engaged audience that actually wants to buy your artwork. Another way to promote your artwork is use a management system for your art business. It's necessary to keep your art career organized, and so that even when your calendar gets busy, you have the peace of mind to take on many tasks. Here are a few essential tools artists can use to manage their inventory. So you can use Artwork Archive. Artwork Archive provides the tool for artists to organize, manage, and share and showcase their artwork. From inventory and consignment reports to sales and invoice, contacts management and location tracking. Artworks Archive, it's everything you need to get organized and manage at art career. Artwork Archive can store image up to 30 megabytes of high quality photos. So another instrument, another tools is Dropbox. Dropbox, it's a application that can upload large image such as RAW image files. Dropbox could work for storing these photos. However, it's not a complete inventory system with exhibition history, cataloging and artwork information recorded. There is so many different ways to take organization, marketing connection with your contacts and managing your art. Part of the fun of being a professional artist, it's in discovering what works for you and how best to improve on what is the and isn't working. Many of the platforms above offer free trials that allow you to test out how it can help your art career, including, as I say before, Artwork Archive. With no credit card requires and no automatic payments, there is no risk to trying out the platform that artists call the some artists call the greatest investment in their art business. Another chapter of our discussion is how to make connection with other artists. It's very important to be in touch with your with people with expectation like you. From events to attend to online communities to get involved in, we have rounded up 5 different places you can connect with other artists. Imagine if you had someone to talk to who also knew about the stress of running an art business. Artists to give you tips on what's working for them. People you couldn't support in their artistic career who would also be supporting you. Think about what is could do for your art business. But sometimes you can also be focused on creating art in the studio, that you forget to take advantage of the art community. So how do you connect with other artists? From events to attend to online communities to get involved in, we have 5 different places you can connect with other artists. The first, we can say that it's great to attend at local workshop. A wonderful way for artists to connect is by signing up for our workshop. A fun and relaxed environment where you can brush up on your skills or learn new things just for fun. These events are an ideal place to meet all sorts of artists who can learn from, bounce ideas off of, and swap stories about running an art business. Also, we can join an artist association. What better way to connect with your peers than by joining an association just for artists? Whether it's a local association in your city or a national organization, find the one that works for you. Joining as an artist association can benefit your art career in multiple ways. Not only do you have the opportunity to make wonderful connection, but you can listen to speakers, meet judge of jury shows, and join tours and workshops. All of these benefits help you build your resume and earn recognition as an artist. The next possibility is to connect with the Facebook groups. Facebook is brimming with artist groups waiting to be joined. In these handly online communities, you can mingle with hundreds of other artists to all share your art and knowledge. From sharing events and calls for entry to posting artwork for sale and tips for succeeding us in artist. Facebook groups are a quick way to connect and see what others are up to in the artist community. I must confess, I'm a member of one Facebook group linked by painting, and it's so nice for me every day to see some creation of my let's say people with some expectation like me. Just like physical artist association, you can find group for artists in your town or national groups focusing of area of expertise. Make sure the description of the groups fits you and your needs so you can get the most out of connecting with this artist. Another way is link up with LinkedIn groups. There are a lot of LinkedIn groups and are similar to Facebook groups, but are usually geared towards helping artists professionally. You can discover different groups to join the interest. When logged in to LinkedIn or search for anything you may want to be involved in. You can find anything from question and answers style groups about art marketing to groups for alumni of your art school. Decide who you want to connect with and join the community that will help you. And the last way that we want to present is take part in local studio tours. studio tours are not just for art collectors and fans. They are a fun way for you to meet fellow artists, learn about their styles and processes, and enjoy a different experience of being in another artist's creative space. Sign up for a studio tour in your new area, set up by a local organization, or join up with another artist you met to hold your own. Gain insight into running an art business and make valuable connection along the way. Branching out in the artist community and connection with another artist can be immensely beneficial to your art business. Doing doing so you can give you opportunity to see how other artists and strategizing for their careers learn about the process. They use to save time and stress and network with influential people in the art industry. Whether you met in person or online, taking these steps to connect with the artist can bring new life, um, more comfortable to your art creation. In the next, we will present some theoretical knowledge about blog. As I said before, the blog is effective online promotion tool. It's many people use this, and also many people wonder what is a blog. It's a trivial as a question, but the answers are quite nuanced. What is a blog? A blog, for starters, we could say that is a kind of website. The site or the blog, it's a kind of public journal. In this diary, you can tell stories, you can share knowledge, can give your opinion. Basically, it is a place where you can write what you want and those interests can see. You can post videos, you can post pictures, whatever you want. The blog, it's a kind of chronology because automatically everything you write on this blog or everything you film appears the reverse chronological order. That is the newest articles will appear on the page, on the first page, and at the bottom of the page, the oldest. In the term blog appeared in 1997 when John Berger called his own site weblog. It's good to write an definition about blog. The blog is a web publication, a written text that contains regular or interruptedly updated articles that are usually personal in nature. As a rule, updating blogs consists of adding new text like a journal, all contributors being displayed in reverse chronological order. The newest on approximately above implying sex. These kinds of web publications are basically accessible to the general public, but some of them can be paid for. It's a blog kind of Facebook. When you think about what is a blog, how can you imagine that kind of Facebook page? The difference from Facebook is that you, as a initiator of the blog, can control and design how it appears, who accesses it, how the information is arranged. There are blogs that have a general character, the one who posts writes about anything, but there are also thematic blogs, depending on the expertise or interest of the one who publishes information. Example from thematic blogs. So there is blogs about personal development, about cooking, about sport, about health, about even negotiation. The blog at the moment is the most common formula by each authors, experts, politicians, readers, journalists express their opinions or communicate different things. It's the difference between site or a blog. Even if there are companies that have a blog, the conceptual difference between blog and site it's given by its purpose. Basically, a blog it's also a site. Only the approach is different. In the blog, we have the idea of diary and chronology first of all. A website is a kind of showroom, a kind of place where something for sale is largely present. What does a blog for you? Given the general nature of the blog, it can be useful in many ways. Obviously, it takes some knowledge to be able to use a blog intelligently. Moreover, there are also people who make a blog for the sake of having a place of their own to express your opinion and nothing more. For several years, the blog has become a kind of practical tool through which people and companies use in different ways. Some example, the blog, it's a branding tool. That means a person can create a blog and develop it to consolidate his personal branding part on a certain area of expertise. Also, the blog can be a communication tool. The blog is the place where you can be found, you can be known. The blog is where your vision, your idea are transformed in private, can transform private idea in public ideas. The blog can also be used as an instrument to make money. The blogger can advise to different companies and they can pay it depending of the article. They post of depending on the sales they bring. They are called affiliates. For example, a blogger can recommend a book. You click, buy the book, and the blogger receives a commission. It depends on the field and what you promote. There are much higher percentage in some areas, like in high industry. There is also the opinion in which the blogger posts ads or banners, and depending on the results he has, he receives a sum of money. Blog as a promotion tool can be used, and in this way you can promote the services you offer of the services of the company you represent. Promotion is done either through advertisement or through articles that refer to the to the articles you offer. The blog can be used as a tool that bring value. In this situation, the blogger is not necessarily interested in his reputation or money, but is interested in passing on the world or the knowledge of information he has. The motivation is to make contribution and not necessarily to make money. This is the most common categories in practice. There is rarely a blog that falls into one category. There is a mixed, but writer blogs are combination of two or more above categories. Some another information that we think that the blog exists under the same name with the site. Yes, the blog can exist under the same name or domain with the blog. Basically, they can exist separately and together. This choice depends on many factors. And what are the technical difference between blog and website? At first glance, there are not many technical difference. You are the beginning of the road and you want to make a blog, or you want to make a site, or you want a combination of this. The site or the blog from technical point of view are the same. Just when you want complicated things on a site, you may need something different. And how to make a blog? It's pretty easy to make a blog. If you know to work on Word and send emails, you will manage a blog. Or you can pay a specialist to start it for you. For example, in Romania, the minimum price for the technical support of a blog costs between, I think, 100 and 200 euro, depends of many things. Finally, I want to show you 6 tips that are useful when working with social networks. I think take to account that no one is in control of the centers and everyone is facing something different. The first, you need to feed the content of platforms. Be there every day. Use an editorial calendar to manage the content of the pages. You can manage Google Docs, HubSpot, and there are lots of applications that you can be use. Another tips, it's don't know what to post about your specialty. If you don't know what to post about your specialty today, sure you will definitely find something interesting of the media. Also, another tips, it's take advantage of any special day. It's a holiday, and for example, war in Ukraine, for example, earthquake last night, or Elon Musk come in Romania. There are a lot of information can be used. So another tip is start increasing your value. Good things come in 4 forms: information, analysis, support, and entertainment. Just test the right combination of this in your business. And another tip: be active. When you last time you posted, think about this. 3 days ago, I think try to post something every day, and it's better than you will watch your page progress. Another tip is be graphic, easy to find and accurately structured. Use a free photo or video content generation tool for media to help you and easily tracked by people, and the same time make it easier for you to organize your post. And don't forget. And I finish with this. Always embed posts in your blog. Don't forget YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn. Create a subscriber database. Remember to replay messages promptly. Don't immediately ask people to follow you. Remember, you are not a guru. Use statistics for Facebook page. Interact with the competition Facebook pages. find ways to relaunch your market. And about Instagram, learn it, get used to it, and master it. I finished with theoretical part of our.
Sorry for that.
I think we show interesting information. I don't know what is next. I think it's
the workshop about the blog.
About yes, about blog.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. There was just, Robert, a question before about the ebooks that you mentioned. If you can see in the chat.
Yes.
What are the platforms to spread ebooks that you recommend?
1 minute. 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
1 minute. Okay. I just mention I do not make a recommendation about ebooks, but there are a lot of information on the Google. Just find the area of your interest, and you will find the interesting way and to publish in this just make sure to include the information and your identity in this instrument to remind people where come from. So we don't make recommendation of it's depend of each one of their interest. If someone have another question, if not,
I can see no other question in the chat. If anyone has any other question, you can raise your hand or type your question in the chat. Otherwise, we will proceed.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't see any questions, so I might stop sharing the PowerPoint. Okay, and I will proceed with the video presentation. I will just need you to perhaps give me a nod that you see the video and you are okay with the sound, okay?
Yes.
So I'm sharing. Is it okay?
Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Our workshop intends to help the participants to collect the most important information in order to be able to create a personal blog. So, let's start. Artists have so much to offer by sharing their knowledge on a blog. Tutorials, videos, and tips all help aspiring artists learn faster. And the beginning artists can even share their journey in a blog to become an inspiration for the others. All of this is possible with an art blog. Once you get a blog online and running, it's really quite fun. So, the toughest part is actually launching your blog and get it configured properly. My goal here is to help you to brand a new blog. I'll show you how to get a domain plus web hosting, customize your blog's design, and how to create a blog you're truly proud of. So let's dive in and see what does the process look like. Starting on our blog, the basic things. Whether you specialize in digital art, watercolors, characters, animation, all of it deserves more attention and more coverage online. A blog, it's the perfect conduit to share your knowledge with the world and also to help the other artists learn from your experience. But the key to starting a great blog is to be different from others. Fill a void that doesn't exist yet, or do something better than other websites out here, or even use your blog as a market tool to help you to sell your artworks, to sell yourself and your work. No wrong way to do a blog, actually, just opportunities, I would say. And in the art space, there is a lot of opportunity, believe me. To set up a blog, you have two options: a free platform like Tumblr, or a paid host running like WordPress. But WordPress can also be free. I will show you how. If you're serious about blogging, then you really should go with a web host, even a cheap one, because the value it at least 10 times better. With something like Tumblr, you'll be limited to their platform and the terms and the photos and setup. With a hosted WordPress site, you will control your site's branding, your design, and content structure. You can choose your blog's.com name, and you have more room to monetize your blog too. Now, why WordPress? Because currently powers about 30% of all websites online. Hopeful that says a lot, but I'll share my reason for using WordPress platform. It's free forever. Most WordPress plugins and themes are free. It has the largest opportunity for a support community with the most help guides online and free, and for free also. Even if you never used WordPress before, it'd still be the easiest option to pick up and learn from blogging. So there you can find tons of free videos, guides, and articles, something practically, even aspect of the WordPress dashboard. It's de facto blogging solution, and I don't think anyone could suggest anything else for launching an art blog more better than they. By now you're probably wondering one thing: what does the whole processing look like to get a blog online? First, you need a domain and a web hosting. Those are the only two things. So, I mean, just this domain and the web hosting, it's a must, yeah, to have a blog. Free hosting is worse than a Tumblr blog, and free domain names don't really exist. So that's why you need a good platform. However you get your domain and web host, you will be 50% of the way down. So a good start, isn't it? So get your domain and hosting. And before moving forward, please take some time and think of a few names for your blog. The domain is very important, and it should match your blog's name too. So it helps you if you can think of names you really like and it's very representative for you. Your domain will be .com address, and this will be your address for the blog too. You may use something under your own name if you want to combine this blog with a portfolio size. But try to have 2-3 names for your art blog that might have this ending, I mean .com available. You can check to see if it's available by entering the domain into your browser and to see if the website loads. When you sign up, you will get 5 free email address and a free domain name for your first year of hosting. So you're already saving money if you go with their basic plan. From here, you'll find 3 plans to pick from, but I recommend you to pick the basic one because it's the cheapest and comes with everything you needed. On the next page, you'll enter the domain name you'd like to register. But also here, just try a different domain until you find the one that's available. Be careful of it. You could also choose a .net address, but I really recommend you to search through name until you find this one available, and I mean it .com. Yeah. By default, every domain name needs a contact name. Yeah, and I mean name and contact details. You just have to put them. It's just how the internet domain system works, actually. Then, when you're ready with this segment, I recommend you to find a great blog theme. Almost everyone judges a book by its cover at the first glance. It's human nature, I think. That's why your blog's design is crucially important. People gathered at first impression within first 1-2 seconds of landing on your website. You want to make a good impression from the beginning, from the start. If you're just getting started, I really suggest doing a free theme. You can always upgrade later to a premium one if you want it, but it's not necessarily for a brand new site. There are thousands of free themes out here. You can spend hours looking at the themes, and in many cases that may be a good idea to make sure you really like what you picked up. Plus your blog is brand new, so you don't have to worry so much about screwing up. You can do that. Nobody will see you until you start publishing content anyway. Take as much time as you need for installing and getting a theme for your art. Now, tips to grow your art blog. At this point, you've got a blog online. It should be ready for some awesome art posts. The only thing left is to publish lots of great content and build your audience. A lot easier to say than to do. The good news is that once you get your blog online, you don't need to do it again. So once you complete this guide, you'll be ready to start blogging and really make a name for yourself in this whole great art world. My final tips are simply to build for great content and create a brand for your blog. This ultimately comes down to adding value into people's lives. Write tutorial on how to get started with oil paints, or how to set up Photoshop for concept art paintings, for example. Remember, there is no single right way to blog. It's more about finding an angle that hasn't been covered and doing it better than everyone else. You can do it. I'd argue a blog success comes down to 4 key points. Fantastic content, branding, building a loyal audience, and connecting with other bloggers. The more you write, the more you're comfortable you get with the process. And the more you share your stuff, the more likely people are to see it, of course. There's millions of artists in the world, all with one goal, to improve their artwork. And if you can make a blog that inspires the people, educate and encourage artists to push themselves and improve, then you'll see a lot of success as an art blogger. So that was, thank you very much. See you next time.
Okay, everyone, was everything okay?
We are here for comments, for questions before pause.
Yeah.
If you want to know something extra that I didn't mention it there, or that make things easily, I'm here.
Yes, everyone, you can just raise your hand or unmute yourselves, and or type your questions here in the chat, or your comments, give your feedback to Mr. Robert and Mrs. Anca. I just thought I would paste here in the chat, if you don't mind, the links to Tumblr and WordPress, perhaps, Anca?
Sorry?
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I thought I could just paste here in the chat the links to Tumblr and WordPress, because you referred to them.
Yes.
Perhaps if the participants want to explore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Aici, da?
Paste Tumblr, and I will also press.
Nu știu care mai era. Tumblr, WordPress.
Oh, Anca, I have already pasted them. You don't need to bother.
Already?
Yes. I thought I would do it in order to, give it. So you don't need to bother about that. And anyone, if you have any comments or questions, please just unmute yourselves. And here is WordPress. So nobody, I guess, so far. I guess everything is clear.
Yeah.
So do you want to have the break now?
Yeah, I think it's better than to have a.
Okay. How many minutes? 5, 10? What do you prefer?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
It's okay for everybody?
Yes, 5
Right,
minutes.
5 minutes break, and then we will proceed with the workshop about calligraphy, right?
Okay.
Great, thank you. 5 minutes.
Waiting.
Shall we proceed, everyone?
We are here.
Great. I guess everyone else is here as well. So, okay. Do you want to make any remarks before sharing the video?
Maybe at the end, after we will see it all, and if everybody has any question, I'll be happy to answer. I hope it make you curious to learn something new about calligraphy and about how to write very well a message, or I don't know, different stuff. But I'm here at the end, and we will talk about it.
I want to make a remark. I confess that before this collaboration with Anca, I participate at their courses, calligraphy courses, and just I want to say that I feel like you know.
Like 6 old
No.
child before
No.
you start to learning how to write.
No,
No.
I feel that at therapy. Calligraphy, it's a kind of therapy. You need only to get inside of the state. Yeah, it's amazing what peaceful, nice. We'll see. I want to recommend for our participants to take this like a therapy.
It would be something to recommend to you, even if you don't have the special tools for calligraphy, because you will see it. We need special tools in calligraphy, but just take a pen and a pencil and a paper and try to do it with me together.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Great, nice remarks. Thank you so much. So yes, I will just start sharing the video.
Short therapy.
Yes, exactly. Just give me, you know, a heads up that everything's okay again. You know. Okay.
Hi again. Let me introduce you in my artistic word, calligraphy. In this video, you will be able to learning the fundamentals of the copperplate script. Let's have a quick view of what you will learning here. Tools and materials needed, then preparation, how to hold your pen and how to sit, then sizing and angles of the copperplate script, writing rules and basic strokes, a few extra tips and additional resources, and some final words. Of course, it's impossible to fit everything about the copperplate script in a single session. So keep in mind that it's just a beginner's guide covering the very basics. Okay, tools and materials needed. But before we jump right into the writing part, let's have a quick overview of the tools what we need in order to practice the copperplate script. I have something here around me and I'll show you actually piece by piece. But first, the pen holder is this one. Then nibs, the pen holder is actually with a nib. This is the nib. Nibs, you can choose everything you feel comfortable with it. Then ink, this is black ink. And if you ask me what kind of ink, I normally use this one, but it's this in such a big bottle because I am practicing with my pupils or with adults for calligraphy courses, and that's why I need so much quantity. So, pen holder, nib, ink, and then paper. Let's take it step by step. The pen holder, of course, there are a lot of pen holders, but especially two types. The straight one, just a second, I check if I have a straight one right here. I don't have it, but I will show you after this workshop. It's just a straight holder, and this oblique pen holder, it names oblique because you see it has this angle here, yeah, for the knee. When we work with a highly slanted script like a copper plate, we will refer to this later in this session. We should use an oblique pen holder simply because it's much comfortable and easier to work with. Then, keep in mind, new nibs are usually coated with a protective transparent layer, and you must clean the nibs before you can use them. Otherwise, the ink will just slip right off and make impossible to write with. There are different ways to preparing your nibs, and the process is quite straightforward. One of the simplest way is to take some rubbing alcohol and rub it all over the nib. Then you can just wash it with water and dry with a paper towel. So about ink, I told you before, but you have to know this one I use is an Chinese, but you can find more brands very, very well. For important is to be specialized for calligraphy. Good. Then, what else should we have around us? You could have a pencil, a ruler I use normally, yeah, and eraser and some paper. Yes, of course. Then, after all these tools are prepared, we can go forward to holding the pen correctly. This is very important because everyone has a different way to hold the pen, yeah, due to their natural instinct. However, in calligraphy, holding a pen correctly is a critical factor that ensures smoothness while writing and also prevent pain that can be caused for long periods of writing. And it also maintains a rhythm and consistent writing speed. Let's have a quick look how to hold the pen correctly. So then first you have to place the index finger on the tip of the pen holder so that the forefinger is placed facing down the same direction of the nib. Then keep the pen holder at the third joint of the index finger, yeah, like this. Then place the thumb on the left side of the pen so that the thumb is detached from the index finger. Well, then you still have two fingers to lean against the paper surface when writing. And I mean it, I'll show you. I just moved the camera to show you how to that look in the right position. And I mean it like that. You see? This is the right position. And There are some other tricks to have the right position, but we go through it together. So very important is it also how to sit correctly when you start to reading. The importance of the posture is something that it's often overlooked by beginners, yet it plays an important role, as I said, and it directly affects the way how you write. Posture affects eyesight and body balance as you write, and below are some aspects which count in this posture. So keep your back and neck up straight, slightly lean towards to the upper part of your body. Yeah. Then put your both feet on the floor with your knees at the right angle, 90 degree, to balance your body. Then put both arms on the table when writing, the right hand holding the pen, yeah, and the left one holding the paper. Then keep your elbow perpendicular and place them on the edge of the table. Do not write on a round table because you don't know where the edge is. So, sizing and angles of the copyright script. This is also a big question for the beginners. So there isn't a fixed size of the letter. However, maintaining the ratio is the most essential element. What I mean when I say ratio is this balance between your body, between your hands, with the paper, with the instrument, with everything. Yeah. But regarding to writing, there are general letter height structure is divided in 3 parts. The central body part is also known as the X height. I'll show you immediately, I promise. And determines the size of the minuscule, the small letter, the lowercase letters. The bottom part is for descender, and the top portion is for ascenders. Keep in mind this ratio of letter height in copperplate is 1.5x, then x, then 1.5x. And now I want to show you, because that will be very useful also when you will start to writing. So I said da it means yeah, and it means yes in every language. How do you say in your language? Da or yes? I'm curious. Maybe you can write it at the end of this session. So let's start to draw this this part. First, we'll make a line, and I make it right now, this ratio, as I told you about. Then 1 centimeter, 1 to 1, then again a line. Then we'll take 1.5, as I said before. I forgot to move the camera. Just a second to see what I'm doing here. Yeah. I draw the line, then 1 centimeter here, then 1.5 on the top, 1.5 the bottom. But on the top, the secondary pair, so there I can draw another line, and here 1.5 and 1.5. Now again the two lines. Yeah, I will draw a straight line because we will need it later. Yes. And now I come back to you to show you what I draw here and which are this ratio. So this is actually the x high, this line, yeah, this row here, ascender and descender. Good. And very important, what we have, the angles for the letters, because copper plate is written in different angle as normal, as we normally use, I mean. And this type of writing is always inclined to the right. And the inclination range from 52 to 60 degrees from the baseline. Yeah. I'll show you now. I'll move the camera again to draw. I hope you see it well. I'm not so professional in doing videos, but so this is 90 degrees, so you measure this angle. This is about 60 degrees, yeah, and this is the angle for writing copper plate. Back to me. So we have already some important rules for writing. Then we can go further to writing rules and basic strokes. In copper plate, the fundamental rule is to write with the nib at the same angle as the letter. Yeah, this is precisely why the oblique holder is easier to work with. This is why I choose the oblique pen holder. To make your writing even smoother and more comfortable, feel free to twist the page so your nib is pointed in the direction of the slant line, and it's better to turn the paper than your wrist. I mean it. Show you. Yeah. So not the straight position from the paper, but this slant, so that we can write here. That means we can turn the page up and down. Yeah. So general rule of copper plate is to write the upstrokes thin, very thin, without pressing the pen, and the downstroke thick, pressing the pen. In the practical part, I will show you also how to do that. We will make together these basic lines and the letters, yeah, the big letters, the uppercase letters at the end of this material. Now it's just a theoretical, let's say like that. So, and the basic rules so that we can do something with our hand and with our tools. Boom. And then I think we have some, I have some extra tips for you. And after we will cover the basic, it's time to wrap things up. But before that, I would like to share a few extra tips to keep it in mind. First, clean your nibs. Calligraphy nibs require maintenance. That means that after you use them, you should wash them. You should wash the ink, yeah, off to avoid them getting clogged. Simply wash them with the water and then simply dry them so that they don't rust. And use guidelines. Yeah, always when we're writing, we use these guidelines. And at the end of the story, when we have written everything we wanted to do, then we can erase the guidelines and it will remain only the brightful writing. So, as I said, follow specific rules when it comes to sizing and angles. This one, what we have spoken about. And by using guidelines, we facilitate the use of the rules. Then you should practice constantly. By practicing constantly, you will start building something called muscle memory, which is essential, a form of procedural memory that involves um, consolidating a specific motor task into memory through repetition. In other words, the more you do, the more you will improve. But maybe you find this rule so hard and difficult and so much more rules. But actually, the copperplate script, it's a very beautiful and dynamic calligraphy style. And yeah, it's true. It requires practice in order to master it. As long as you practice, as beautiful your work is. Consistent practice is very important. By the way you practice and having all the elements in the right place is crucial for, it's a crucial factor for progress. So, stay awesome and write awesome. And we go to the next part, to the practical part. See you right now. So, hello again to the practice part. So, you remember I told you about the lines, the angle, a 60-degree, and about this baseline and this difference between the x 1.5x ascender, 1.5 descender. And now let's see practically how it goes. I'll just simply write something for you just to see how it works. So, put oh, this was a mistake. Too much ink. It happened to me too. Okay.
hope you like it. Yeah, calligraphy, it's very satisfying. Okay, something that I want to do with you is this basic strokes, which permits to write almost every lowercase letter in the alphabet. It's good to do that at the beginning as an exercise and to a warm-up exercise. So the basic lines are like that. Very thick. Yeah. Oval. Yeah. I make this exercise always before I'm starting to read. Perfect. Now, we will start to make the letters. And I told you we will make together the capitals. But then I thought better, and I think we will make the both the lowercase and the uppercase, so that you have an idea about every letter and the way to write every single letter. Okay. Just a second. Yeah, probably it is a good idea to show you actually before. This is a sheet made by me. So I have here all the capitals. We will take one by one, but at the same time, we will make the lowercase also. Yeah, let's do it. Let's start it. So.
Serban, Anca. Can you hear me? Perhaps we could stop somewhere right here to give some time.
How many minutes will we have?
2 minutes are left for the video.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Okay, great. So I guess we can go on with some closing remarks.
Yes.
If the participants have any questions, if you have any questions or comments or feedback, please just unmute yourselves or write in the chat what you thought of this. And I've already sent you the evaluation form in the chat section. Please fill it in. It's really important for us. And yeah.
I hope that our information help our participants. Also, I invite in the next modules of our partners. So if someone want to ask, we are here.
Yes, hello everybody. If you have any questions.
If not, we are out of time with only 5 minutes.
Yes, it's okay. Of course, don't worry.
Yeah.
If not, may I ask it for all participants to open your cameras, perhaps, and take a screenshot of today's session. Whoever wants to open their cameras. Oh no, Barbara, thank you. And everyone else. So, Tiliana, thank you. Hi, Tiliana. Wislin, thank you for opening your camera too. Hi. Okay, I guess this will be us. So let's just smile at the camera.
Yeah. Thank you very much for
1 minute. Okay, one more. So let's take the picture.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I got it okay. Yes, I did. Perfect. Okay, so if you want to make any remarks, any comments, whoever wants to, you can just, or otherwise we can close today's session. Okay.
Good luck for the next module to our colleagues also.
Yeah.
Of course. Good luck.
Everybody have a nice evening.
You too. Thank you so much for today's session, Robert and Anca. Thank you. And
thank you.
Yes, have a nice evening. You too.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.